What's up, guys? How are you guys doing in this video? I want to do like a new player like specific video, and I want to kind of discuss if you guys if new players should start playing the CZN or not now. Okay, I think because now is probably the best time to start playing CZN. Okay, just because of the half anniversary rewards. Okay, they are giving a lot of really good rewards, and I think a lot of you guys will benefit. Okay, if you guys start playing the game now. Okay, so yeah, let's get started. I also gonna go through like which card you guys should be selecting through the selector. Okay, everyone gonna get. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be a little tier list after going over the rewards and stuff like that. And yeah, let's get started. First thing I want to do is I want to show you guys what kind of rewards everyone gonna get. Okay, so let's get started. So of course, the first reward for the half anniversary everyone gonna get is the 320% jumps right here. You get the 6 prism lenses. You get the 5-star combat selector ticket, and you're gonna get the parent selection ticket as well. Okay, and then you're also gonna get the rescue anchor ×5. Okay, this is gonna be for standard banner. Okay, it's not the for retail banner. Okay, and yeah, that's one of the rewards everyone gonna get. And it says selection ticket result, base game combatant and partner available at launch. Okay, so it's gonna be missing a lot of characters, but it's gonna have all the characters that came out with the game. Okay, so I will go through that, and I will kind of tell you guys which combatant and partner you guys should be going for. Okay, the next reward, the next stuff that everyone's gonna get is a free normal rescue 10 times daily right here. Okay, so everyone's gonna get the 70 total free summon. Okay, so this is also another way you guys will be able to get a new character. Okay, so you guys, so every new player can start with 2 5-star characters and 1 partner. Okay, which is freaking amazing. Okay, so yeah, so everyone gonna get a 7-day temple every day like login event right here, which is freaking amazing. The PD in this game is like at 60 soft PD, so yeah, everyone should be walking away with like at least 2 characters and 1 partner right here. Okay, and then the next one is, this is not a reward, it's more of like a milestone thing. So right here, the half anniversary right here, everyone gonna get the half anniversary celebration new proto selective rescue ×200. Okay, so what this means is as you keep playing the game, you'll be able to get a bunch of pulls, and using those pulls you could actually select, after doing 20 temples, right, 20 temples, which equals 200 pulls, you could actually select any card you guys want. Okay, so that's another thing you guys can aim for. Okay, but is this worth doing this? I'll say no. I think it's better to save your resources for like, you know, limited character or like a rate up banner. Okay, but if you guys want to do this as well, you guys can walk. So yeah, if people want to do this, you guys can walk away with like 3 5-star cards. Okay, so you get 1 from here, you get 1 from here, and you get 1 from here right here. Okay, so that's one thing you guys can do. But again, I would not recommend doing all that 20 pulls just to unlock this thing right here. This, you guys should be doing this very slowly. Okay, as you progress, you do like a couple summons here and there, you'll be able to reach this slowly. Okay, do not rush to get that 200 selection like PT. Okay, now that we're gonna go back to the game, and I want to go over like which cards here I should be selecting, especially using the selector right here. Okay, so now we are here, and I want to tell you something. Okay, so when it says character released with the game, all these characters right here, you see, starting from Haru all the way to Dana, they are actually not going to be in the selector banner. Okay, not selector ticket. Okay, they are not going to be included. Okay, they all the characters you're going to get are Keron, starting from Keron all the way to Renoa. Okay, so these are the characters you guys will be able to get from the selector. Okay, and I kind of want to go over which character you guys should kind of aim to get here. Okay, so the first one is one of the base cards you guys can pick up with selector is Veronica. Okay, this character is very versatile. Okay, she could do so many things with her cards, especially this card right here, which is her right here, repose card. This thing got so many different playstyle. Okay, so the first thing you guys can do is right here, you guys can make her as a draw support card right here. Okay, which was this epiphany right here that lets you draw 2 other combat cards, which is freaking amazing. Or you could also use her to discard cards right here if you guys want to use her with somebody like Diana, or someone like a bullet spammer character that would like, you know, that like discarding their cards. You could have her discard their bullet cards in order to activate their attacks and make them do damage. Okay, so this is another build you guys can go for. You guys can also make her like a DPS character using her ballistas, because she got so many different ballistas right here, right? You got the this one right here, the piercing ballista, which is really good. This piercing ballista you goes through shield this. So if you guys want to kind of deal with, like, if you want somebody to be a sub DPS against like a shielding enemy, this is really good, right? For with the piercing ballista, you activate this card, and then every turn she's able to create this this ballista cards, and then at the end of the turn she activates these ballista cards to do DPS, okay, extra attacks, okay. Or you could do enhancing ballista, which is really good. This will let you create 2 ballistas if you get lucky, and it's really good as well, right? You got giant ballista for AoE build right here. So if you guys wanted to be a sub DPS AoE in an AoE comp, this is really good as well. She uses something called shelling ballistas as well. These are really good, and these are like interesting one, because what they do is at the end of the turn, 126 extra attack, but they are gonna be attacked twice, okay, which is really good, okay. And then you have this one. Not a lot of people use this. This one's one of the worst, if any, you guys can pick up from this. The main ones are the 4 ones right here, okay. So yeah, using her different ballistas, yeah, she'll be a great sub DPS and also a great draw support or discard support, okay. So she's a very, very versatile character, and yeah, highly recommend you guys to pick this character up, okay. But of course, when you guys want use it, when you should be using this selector, I'll say use the selector after doing the 70 free pulls, okay? Because you might end up pulling her, and you guys don't want like to pull dupes of her, okay? So if you guys wanted to pull her using all 7 like all 70 pulls, then you guys can pick somebody else, okay? But if you guys didn't get her, then you guys can use the selector to pick her up, okay? So definitely make sure to use the selector after doing all your 70 free summons, okay? Another absolutely really good character is Orlia here, okay? This chick, she used to be okay, but she received a buff, and now she's one of the best support character in the game, okay? What she does is pretty much most people use her to create like these cards right here called so she have this card right here called that later create 2 creations. So the way Orlia works is she creates these different creations, and each creations they have different effects, okay. So if you look at the first creation, it's called Sturdy, and this is your shielding support Orlia build right here, okay. So if you guys want her to be your shielder and healer, this is the card you guys should pick up, because it will give you the shield and also the heal, okay, if you retain it, okay. So yeah, she like having her cards and other combatants card retained to activate the second part of her like cards right here, okay. And each of her creations can evolve from 1 star to 2 star to 3 star, okay. So if you summon it randomly, you're gonna get a 1 star version, and then you can use her other cards to upgrade this guys up to 3 star right here, okay. You ideally want the 3 star version, because that's where you're gonna get the strongest effect, okay. If you guys compare the 3 star and the 1 star right here, so the 3 star gives you 441 shield, but if you retain this card, it will heal 252% every turn, okay. But if you look at the 1 star version, look at this, right, 126 and 76, okay. So she definitely like evolving, like having her the evolved version of these creation cards, okay. So this is one of her support creation, and you have this one right here, which is her damaging creation, which is called Swifty. And what this does is, if you use the card, she gonna be doing 126 damage, but if she's able to retain it and you don't use it, she actually gonna be doing she's gonna be adding 40% damage amount toward the 126% right here, okay. So this one also evolves up to 3 stars, and at 3 star, look at this, right, very big damaging card right here, okay. So at 3 star you're gonna get the 441 damage if you use it, but if you retain it, you're gonna keep adding the 150% damage amount to the 441%, okay. So that way, if you want to stack this damage amount as much as possible and do a big nuke, you guys can do so with Orlia, okay. And another one is this is one of the one everyone uses on Orlia, because this makes her absolutely crazy support card, okay, for your DPS card, okay. What it does is, but she prefers working with a character that like to stack things up and then do a big nuke on 1 turn, okay. So what this does is, it's called Softy, and this is one of the best creations she could create. So what it does is increase damage amount by 10% for one turn if you use a card, but if you manage to retain the card, you're actually going to do increase damage amount of the next attack card used by 10%. Okay, so if you don't use it and you retain it, and you hold on to this card up to the next turn, when the next turn starts, she's gonna keep adding. She's gonna keep adding that 10% attack to any combatant or any other character like attack cards. Okay, so that way you could stack a bunch of damage using this card and then do a big nuke with your main DPS character. Okay, and as a 3-star, it gives you a massive increase. Okay, so as 3-star, it will do increased damage amount by 35% for one turn, and if you retain it, increase damage amount of the next attack card used by 35. So if you retain this card as 3-star, it's going to add, instead of 10%, it's going to add 35% toward your main DPS attack cards. Okay, so and you could set it up like that, add a bunch of damage to your main DPS card, and then your main DPS can do a big nuke when you finish stacking, and when you feel like you are ready to nuke, you could do that, right? So yeah, very very versatile support character. And then she have other cards. Some of her important cards are this card right here with growth acceleration is really good. What it does is it would do heal 126%, select one card of this unit in hand, and activate the retain effect 2 times. Okay, but this one using Epiphany, you could actually add different effect to it. Okay, so as you guys can see right here, the first one, it will do select one card in hand and activate retain effect 2 times. Okay, so that one's pretty simple. But then if you look at the second effect right here, it will heal 250%, and it says select one creation of this unit in hand and duplicate it into hand. Okay, so if she let's say you have like one softy card on hand, right? You click on the softy card and she's actually able to create I'm saying another softy card, okay, on hand. So she could duplicate those cards, these creation cards. Okay, very good right here. But the one most people use with her is, so one of the best funny people like to use it on her is this right here. What it does is it will heal 156%, and it will select one card of this unit in hand and activate retain effect 2 times. But then what says is the second part is the important part. Okay, when that card is a softy, too vulnerable to all enemies. Okay, so everyone like to use this funny because this thing right here. Okay, so if you have this creation right here, the softy creation on hand, and you use this card right here, okay, you use this Epiphany on here, you select that softy card right here, and if it's softy, it will add the vulnerable stacks, and these vulnerable stacks are amazing because what they do is it will do damage taken increase by 50% upon activation, decrease vulnerable by 1. Okay, so every time she activates this card, she's debuffing the enemy with this vulnerable state right here. Okay, so what this vulnerable does is, if you keep adding on top of this, this thing doesn't have like a stack, okay, unless you are hitting the enemy. You won't be losing a stack of vulnerable. Okay, so what ends up happening is people like to spam this on the softy card right here, and then they keep adding the vulnerable on the enemy, and then when they are on the nuke phase, right, when they are trying to nuke with their main DPS, you're gonna be activating all those vulnerable stacks, and you're gonna be doing some crazy damage. Okay, so this is a really good one. And so the Epiphany I show you guys is one of the best one. Okay, you guys can pick up. Okay, this one right here, one of the best one. Okay, the other ones are okay. This one, what they do is, if you target the Swifty card, a Swifty creation card, with this card, you're just gonna get the activate retain effect 3 times, which is okay, but it's nothing crazy. And then if you do if you select a sturdy card, which is the shielding card right here, or the shielding creation, what it does, it will decrease the stress of all allies by 5, right? So when it comes to the Epiphany, this is one of the best one. I think this is the only one to pick up on her because it's just so good. Okay, so and then she also have another very important card. She likes to duplicate and stuff, which is the Wheel of Light card right here. Okay, what it does is it will heal 200%, right? And then it will activate a retain effect on all cards in hand, right? Which is freaking amazing, right? Since she like having a bunch of retain cards on hand, this card, whenever you use it, it will activate the retain effect on all the cards on hand, which means it will pretty much expand Orlia's kit. Okay, so very good right there. And another amazing card you guys can pick up on her is the Growing Creation card right here. What it does is it will create a 1-star version of Creation card, but if you retain it, it will change this card into Creation 3-star. Okay, so If you use this card, you're just gonna get a 1-star creation, okay? But if you retain it and you don't use it, you're actually gonna get a 3-star creation on the next turn, which is freaking amazing, okay? One of the best funny everyone like to use on this one is this right here, right? It will create 1 creation card, but if you retain it, it will change this card into a softy 3-star. Then it will also add the more vulnerable stacks to the enemy, which means your main DPS go be doing a lot more damage as well, right? So this softy card is very good, right? So this is one of the best one you guys can pick up. If this thing, if you guys went for the Swifty version, it will change this card into a Swifty 3-star, and then it will activate retain effect 2 times, which is really good, right? And then if you went to with the sturdy version, it will add a weaken instead of vulnerable to all enemies, which is really good. And weaken is also really good. What it does, it will decrease damage amount by 25 when the effect is activated. Decrease weaken by 1. Okay, this is another debuff you could apply to the enemy, and they're gonna be doing less damage to you. Okay, so very good right here. Okay, so yeah, those 3 cards are her main very important cards. And yeah, Orlia, one of the best one you guys can pick up. Okay, so the first one, top priority I would say, is Veronica, and then Orlia. Okay, Orlia is really good. And then if you guys manage to get those 2, what you guys can go for is one of the best one you guys can pick up is Melin. Okay, this card is just so broken. Okay, she's one of the best DPS cards in the game, especially for standard unit. Okay, so Melin, amazing character right here. And then after on the 4th tier, I am actually gonna, it's between Calipe or Magna. Okay, so I think personally I like Calipe, but Magna is a really good tank. So if you guys want a pure tank that also like to counter attack and stuff like that, Magna is really good. Okay, but if you guys want you know, a DPS damage dealer slash tank character that also provides you a lot of shield and stuff like that, Calipe is really good. So I think personally, right, if I were to pick, it's gonna be Calipe, and then it's gonna be Magna. Okay, and after those 2, you guys can go for Renoir or Luke. I think I like Luke a little bit better than Renoir, but Renoir is really strong as well, right? So these 2 are okay, but yeah, the main ones are Veronica, Orlia, Melin, Calipe, or Magna. Okay, and then you guys can go for like somebody like Melin. Actually, no. Yeah, so let's go back. Okay, so first one, Veronica. We got Orlia second. We got Melin on the 3rd spot. We got Calipe on the 4th spot. Okay, tier wise. Okay, and I'm actually gonna pick Rin here. Okay, instead of yeah, we're gonna pick Rin. After Calipe and Magna is gonna be Rin. Okay, she's very strong single target DPS that like to do big damage. Okay, so but she's a bit of a selfish DPS character because of the way she works. Okay, so the way Rin works is she have a thing called stance. Okay, so she switches between different stance. Okay, so this Dark Mist stance is her main bread and butter for her kit. Okay, so when you use Rin, you want to have that Dark Mist stance activated. Okay, otherwise you're not gonna get the full effect of her skill, right? So if you look at her skills right here, all of the skills got different effects based on the Dark Mist stance. Okay, so it says 120% damage, right? If you guys don't have anything on her, if you guys don't have any stance on her, she's just gonna be doing 120% damage. But if you have the Dark Mist stance, what it does, it will increase damage amount by 50%, which is really good, right? But this card is really good because it does give her the stance that she needs, and the stance she needs to activate the second part of her skills. Okay, so this one, it will give her Mist stance, and then the next turn, if you use this card, you can get that second effect right here. Okay, and another one right here, right? It would draw 1 card of this unit and also give her a Mist stance. Okay, but that's not the basic thing to pick up on her. So this one is not a card you guys want to use to gain like stances on her. Okay, ideally you want this right here on this, because this one is one of the best funnies you guys can pick up on Rain, because it will move these 2 cards on hand, and these 2 cards are her main damaging cards. Okay, which is really good. And both of them, as you guys can see, right, if you guys don't have any stance on her, she's just gonna be doing 150% damage, right, which is not good. Okay, but if she have a stance, she's gonna be adding with extra hit to this, so she's gonna be doing 300% damage instead of 150, right, which is really good. And then we have this one right here, which is another part of her main like damaging card right here. What it does, it will do 100% damage only if you guys don't have any stance on her, but if you guys have stance, it will add 1 hit for each skill card in hand, right, which is really good, right? So yeah, you definitely want stance on her. But the problem with Rin is if you use anybody else's card while she have those stunts, she actually gonna be losing the stunts. Okay, so that's why she's selfish. Okay, she like using only her cards. Okay, after gaining the stunts, she like having only her cards. Okay, because if you get, so you guys don't lose her stance. Okay, but if you, let's say you have like you are inside you use this card, let's say, yeah, you use this card and you get the missed stance right here. Okay, but then you use somebody else, like let's say you are using Veronica with her and use Veronica card, she actually gonna be losing the stance, and yeah, you're gonna be losing a big damage on her. Okay, which is real. So you want to make sure you are using her cards only back to back. Okay, until the turn ends, to keep that stance up and applied. Okay, so yeah, Rin, very selfish DPS, but very, very, very strong. Okay, and I'll say after Rin is probably Hugo. Hugo's really good. He pretty much relies on doing extra attacks. Okay, so his whole thing is pretty much he have these comments the hunt stacks, and whenever with each comments the hunt stacks right here, right, comments the hunt stacks, whenever an ally performs an attack with an enhanced card or enhanced card, he actually do a follow-up damage to do like extra attacks and stuff like that, right? That's his main source of damage. So yeah, he got really, really good consistent sub DPS character. Okay, he's really good. And he definitely can chip down bosses slowly, right? Very, very good right here. So every time somebody moves, he moves afterward and does extra attacks. So, and yeah, very good character, right? And after Hugo, last ones are Luke. I think Luke is very good. And then we got Renoa right here after Luke. And I'm actually gonna be picking Charon last. Okay, Charon, he's not that good. Okay, damage wise he could do some crazy amount of damage, but his playstyle is very it's not fun. Okay, so Charon is going to be the last one you guys want to pick up. Okay, and when it comes to Luke and Renoa, you guys can switch in between. I think some people might say Renoa is better than Luke, and some people might say Luke is better than her. They are interchangeable. Okay, so yeah, definitely not the priority. Okay, so a quick summary, right? Veronica, Orlia second, Melin third, Calipe fourth, Magna fifth. We got Rin sixth. We got Hugo afterward on 7th spot, and we got Luke or Renoir on the 8th spot, and then again Luke and Renoir on the 9th spot, and lastly is Charon. Okay, so those are the cards you guys want to pick up. Okay, and then when it comes to partner, you guys can go for whichever. Okay, so if you guys, let's say you guys might to pick up Veronica or stuff like that, yeah, you guys can go for those cards. So when it comes to partner, guys, everyone starting from Astoria all the way to Sofia, they are not going to be included in the selector. Okay, so the main ones you guys can get through the selector is starting from Bree all the way to Kiara. Okay, so those are the partners you guys are able to get. And when it comes to partners, you got I would say partners are not that important, but I would say do not pick a specific character. Okay, so do not pick something like this. Okay, that only works with a specific attribute. Okay, you guys want somebody that can be used in multiple characters. Okay, so someone like this, right? This is Hugo's partner, so that's why she only buffs all the attribute specific stuff. Okay, so you guys don't want to pick up something that's like attributes specific. Okay, a quick breakdown of like partners and who they belong to. So this character right here, her name is Kiara. She's for Renoir, okay? And this chick right here, Janet, she's for Luke. She's for Orlia right here. Noelle is for Orlia. She is for Melin, okay? Melin, the really strong DPS character. And this is for Calipe. This is for Magna right here, okay? So this is Magna partner. And this one is for and this one is Marine is for Veronica, okay? And this, like I said, she's for Hugo right here. Right, these are all the partners are very specific, except the battle pass partners. Battle pass partners are not specific, but these guys are specific. Okay, the ones you guys can get through like banners and stuff like that. Okay, and then we have this one. She's for Rin. This chick is for Charon. Okay, and then Asteria you can't get through the selector. Okay, so I think so when it comes to like partners, you guys want to pick up something like this, okay? Which is really good. So Janet is one of the best partner you guys can get in the game. So what she does, she increases Aslan combatant attack by 60%, and she also gives a 9% critical chance 2 1 cost or lower attack cards of the assigned combatant, which is really good, right? When the assigned combatant uses 5 bullet cards, create a random handgun bullets card, increase damage amount of the created card by 50, right? Now, when you read her kit, she's more generalized, okay, toward like most hunters, okay. So she's look specific, but you could actually use this partner with Diana as well, okay. Diana's a recent like hunter character, and you could use this Janet partner with her, and yeah, you could use it on like multiple characters, okay. So you guys want to pick up something like this, okay, that can be used in multiple like situations, okay. Someone like this is not good because her stuff mainly focused on instinct attribute characters, okay, or somebody like I said, right, somebody like let me show this chick right here, right, order specific partner, not that good, okay. So but you guys can also go for like whichever character you guys are like enjoying using, okay, after getting them, okay. So you guys can just go for those characters, partners, to make those cards stronger, okay. But yeah, that's a quick breakdown of the partner and the some of the characters. It took longer than I expected, but that's it for the video. Let me know what you think about the half anniversary reward is, and let me know if you guys are gonna start the game or not. I think this game is one of the best games in the industry, okay. So you definitely, man, give it a try. And yeah, half anniversary, this is one of the best time you guys can start playing this game, okay. So yeah, see you guys on the next video, and yeah, thank you for watching, and bye bye.